couldn't find. Got it. Okay, now go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
Start over?
You don't have to, but I just want to make sure that is, we're recording. You can,
Absolutely. Help.
if you would like it to be on public record, but you don't
Bada
have
boom, bada bam, ba bam. Thank you, ma'am. Again, hello. I'm a multi-hyphenate artist. I am from Long Island, New York, but currently reside in Sugar Hill, Harlem for about 8 years now. And lastly, I was expounding on my pop-up mini festival series that I started during the pandemic called the Stoop Coop. And I was interested in coming to get a little bit more active in the community goings-ons on an official level so that I could potentially be of support and gain support in expounding the presentation of the Stoop Coop. It normally happens on my stoop up in Harlem. We'll be commissioned to do the full experience in Long Island next month. And August, September, I'm trying to see what options I can do as far as the Stoop Coop is concerned, and I'm excited to see what we can do with that.
So always looking for venues, right?
Open to venues and different spaces for the Stoop Coop. The name of it is Stoop Coop, but it is malleable, so it always needs to be on a stoop or a stoop-like situation, or we would need to build a stoop-like situation. Or if you want to commission us to reconfigure it and bring somewhere else, then absolutely that's an option too. But for sure, different spaces that would be open to collaboration in the community.
Yeah, he's actually my neighbor in the Stoop. I've been blessed enough to have the Stoop Coop happening next door to me since the pandemic. And when I tell you, it's like outside, and everybody in the neighborhood just stops, even if you didn't know it was happening, it's so open. He sometimes has food out there. He has a full band. And when I tell you Broadway stops by, like you never know who you might meet on the Stoop Coop. So he had actually asked me about a venue and was thinking about Riverbank State Park, and I wanted to connect my neighbor. So
yes, thank you so much. Daria is kind of our fairy godmother because she's officially become, from her doing her own thing, has become a part of the beautification committee for the Stoop Coop. So we love and appreciate your energy and how you continue to pour into us. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
Zoom user. I don't know whose name. The face looks. Who is that? Who is that Zoom user? Mystery woman.
Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, I have no idea why I'm on my phone. Sorry, everybody. I have no idea why it says that.
You must not be signed in, and you have to actually put your name in if you haven't. And if you put it in when you were signed in, if you're not signed in, it'll just say user.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Thank you.
Hello.
I'm Reverend Rhonda Akonke McLean Noor, and I am here representing Blackberry Productions. I'm the Associate Artistic Director, and I've been in Harlem for 40 years in Community Board 9. Raised our children here and partly our grandchildren, and Blackberry Productions has been around for a very long time, and we are currently doing a project called the COP Project that was birthed out of all of the issues that were happening, especially with young people and police. And it's with young youth, 17 to 25, and police officers in the community who we have dialogue, roundtable discussions about power dynamics. We utilize the arts, role play, music, and theater games and activities to bridge the gap between police officers and our Black and brown youth. And we're in our third year, and scripts have been developed out of it. And this year we work in collaboration with Community Resources. What's the Street Corner Resources? We offered several workshops with police officers as a part of our outreach. And we have 17 participants and 6 officers involved in this particular what's the word I want to say? This particular series that ends next week, actually on June 13th at 6:00 p.m. at St. James Church on 141st and St. Nicholas. So you all are welcome to come. Just let me know. Call me at 917-558-0149 if you want to attend, and we'd love to have you.
And put your information in the chat. Put that number in the chat.
Okay.
And put your email in the chat.
Yeah, everyone, please put your contact information in the chat so that we can add you to our committee information.
Okay.
It's the database. Yes.
And our usual people are Dr. John Martin Green and Stephanie Berry, but now it's me.
Thank you, Reverend Rhonda. Thank you.
Thank you all for the work that you do, the great work that you do on the Arts Committee.
Thank you for coming.
Do you have a soft copy of that information that you were talking about? Do you have a flyer?
I don't know if you heard this.
You are on.
Oh, not that I can give to you at this moment. I can send it to you. Though I can have it sent to you.
Okay, I don't think that, I'll give you my email address. T as in Tom. LUM.
We'll get back, we'll go back, we'll get back to it, yeah. Or yeah, put it in the chat, please. Pierre, do you want to introduce yourself, sir? I see you unmuted, but we don't hear you, Pierre, if you're speaking. Are you connected to audio?
Okay, we'll come back. Juan?
My name is Juan Colmenares. I'm a high school teacher. I've been in Harlem since '93, and I love jazz.
Okay. Carlton?
Hi, Carlton Davis, committee member of Arts and Culture. I'm also co-chair with Walter T. Alexander for the Senior Action Committee.
Amazing. Okay, so that is who's in the room. So please feel free to connect, collaborate. Everybody on Zoom, please do put your contact information, phone number, email address in the chat, please. Moving on to announcements, who we are and what we do. We are Community Board 9 Arts and Culture. We are a quasi-city agency who, as I said before, we connect people. We connect people with each other, with resources, with the elected officials. The Community Board is officially the voice of the community to the elected officials, to the 250,000 people between 110 and 155th streets on the west side of Harlem, generally west of St. Nicholas. We can be reached at the two co-chairs, our email addresses. Mine is daria@yahoo.com. And my co-chairs is
T.Lumley@hotmail.com. T as in Tom, LUMLEY@hotmail.com.
And we have a committee email, which is cb9arts@yahoo.com, if you can't remember either of the other ones. Moving on to committee reports. The first one is the Artist Information Subcommittee. Liaisons are Tina Lumley and Walter T. Alexander.
Let's see, I sent out 7 pieces of information for the month of May. The 2 items that are still in progress for the month of June. Invite to Trinity Church Cemetery event on June 13th from 1 to 6 p.m. You will have the opportunity to join a tour of the historic cemetery grounds of award-winning historian Eric K. Washington on a tour of cemetery's remarkable rose collection by Stephen Centella, president of the Heritage Rose Foundation. There's plenty of other information. If you are not on the distribution list, put your number, your email in the chat, as Daria suggested earlier. And if you're in the room, just make sure I have it before you leave.
Yeah, just make sure it's actually on the sign-in sheet. That would be helpful.
Yeah, and it doesn't ask for the email address, but please include it anyway.
Yes.
The other item that's still relevant for June 29th, Harlem Poplar Belly Dance with Soul Live Presence, Naima. And that's at Denny Farrell Riverbank State Park at 10 to 1 p.m.
What day?
June 29th.
29, thank you.
Okay, and that's it.
Oh, yeah,
Mr. Allen?
well, I sent out 15, but we are active. One is the New York City Cultural Affairs Cultural Development Fund, which is up to June 27th.
Is that funding?
Yeah, to apply for funding. The other one is Miller Theater, which is also in the district, and it's sent out there 24/25 season of events. And then there's some kind of artful going on. Damn, I didn't get that information.
No
So-
one. North.
The article on the 21st of June, which I was,
By this committee.
yes, by this committee.
And the Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance art
Yeah, but there's
stroll is
nothing
going on as
That
well.
was-
This is the first week. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is week 1.
Yes,
That it?
that's it.
Thank you very much. The next committee report is the visual artist exhibition project.
We're having an art crawl starting at 4 p.m., including 5 locations to see the work of featured artists, ending in a reception at Chizon Cafe from 6 to 8 p.m. Light food, refreshment, and entertainment will be provided. Join us as we showcase and honor the talented visual artists in our community. This is a great opportunity to support our local creatives and immerse yourself in a vibrant art scene in West Harlem. Come, enjoy yourself, and you may find your new favorite artist. So it's starts at 4 o'clock at George Bruce Library and concludes at Zion Cafe with 4 other stops in between. And there's flyers over here, and it is highly recommended that you do our Eventbrite, which is included in the distribution list for our listing of art organizations and folks that disseminate information. If you haven't received it, let me know and give me your email address and we'll add it.
Hello. And it is an actual crawl, so we will be moving from venue to venue to view the artists that this committee is, and this co-chair in particular, who she has worked very diligently to make it possible to show for. How many artists are we showing?
We're showing 8 artists at 5 locations.
Amazing.
Sorry, what's the date on this again?
The date is June 21st, beginning at 4 p.m. at George Bruce Library.
Is there literature or like a flyer for this?
There's literature, there's a flyer.
I'll bring you one.
I'd like to send you the invite through Eventbrite, so you can sign in. We can only have 50 folks at the reception, so put in your Eventbrite, sign up as soon as possible.
So it starts at 4 at George Bruce, and then that's 4 to 4:30, and then 5, because I saw it. Yeah,
Can
let's.
I have that one, please? It goes from George Bruce to Cafe One on 140th Street.
What time?
They're half an hour.
What time? I know you got it down because I saw it.
Half an hour, increments in between, 4 o'clock at George Bruce Library, 4:30 at Cafe One on 120th. Hamilton Grange Library at 5 o'clock, and at 5:30 Chip Cup on 148th, 6th Street and Broadway, and concluding at Zion Cafe, 763 St. Nicholas Avenue.
Yeah, so
That's
from 6
all
to 8
of
will be the actual reception.
Yes. I thought I mentioned that, but yes.
Yeah, you said 6, I was just adding the conclusion.
And Mr. Walter T. Alexander designed the flyer.
Amazing.
Tribulations.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so, strategic planning committee, was there a meeting this month? Carlton won. Was there a meeting? Okay, just because it's a subcommittee and I know they're not meeting very much, but if there's not a meeting, then could you find out, like, could we know that there wasn't a meeting, you know what I mean? Like, just double check, so we'll know one way or the other. If there wasn't, then there just wasn't. Understood, but if you don't get it, could you get it? You know what I mean? Thank you. So West Harlem Arts Alliance. Michael is not here today because the Children's Art Carnival had an event.
Noma had it.
Noma, it was Noma? Oh. I thought it was Children's Arts Carnival, but somebody had an event, and so Michael Palma is not here today. He did, do you have the info he sent to us?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
That's it, I'm looking for it.
He did want to let us know that they are, continuing with the things that they're doing in the community. One of the things that they did recently, and this is West Harlem Arts Alliance, is they actually had $25 headshots for actors.
Okay, I have.
And so 40 people actually got headshots done for $25. So I like to add all the time that West Harlem Arts Alliance did come out of this committee. And so all the good work that they're doing, we're so happy to have it. And we're, that's one of the things that we do. We advocate, and sometimes we are the spark that gets something started that can help the whole community forever, hopefully. So.
Next up with WHAA is an second annual Montefiore Park Free Jazz Festival. And that's on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Saturdays. Ooh.
Saturdays like all summer?
The 13th, the Saturdays from the 13th through the 29th of this month, of June.
Okay.
Curated by Gwen Black, Art and Jazz Fest 2024, and Chelsea Johnson of I am something. Saturday, I'm sorry. The jazz event is every Saturday, starting on June 8th through the 29th. They hope to continue the program throughout the summer months in a collaboration with Dakota and his Harlem late jazz organizations. And if you need any further information, please go to www.whaanyc.org.
Thank you. Next is Harlem Arts Alliance, and I wasn't able to make the meeting this month, and my co-chair wasn't there. Walter T. Alexander was there though. Do you have any news? Okay, so, but I did meet with Voza today, actually, just to get any updates from what's going on with Harlem Arts Alliance. And, it was actually at the Harlem School of the Arts, And although there were torrential rains, they still had about 70 people there. He was talking about how, I don't know if anybody is aware of Harlem Arts Alliance and all the things that they've done over the years, but it's just coming back since the pandemic, and it's almost like a rebirth. So there are a lot of us that are going back that used to be a part of the Harlem Arts Alliance, but there are also people like new people discovering it who should have been down in first place. So the Harlem Arts Alliance and Boza in particular, and all of his entities, New Heritage Theater Company, and all of the things he's doing, he's constantly, and I keep repeating it over and over, we're better together, we're better together. And, you know, trying to bring artists and organizations together to help each other, support each other, and get some of this stuff done that people are trying to do. And, you know, so other people have different amounts of resources, and we definitely, when they are pooled, we're again better together. Some of the major funders in Harlem were at the meeting, which was WHDC and the Harlem Community Development Corp, Curtis Archer. They both gave updates and gave information regarding funding. So again, another reason to join it if you are involved in any organizations that might be looking for funding for your projects. And also the Metropolitan Opera was present and presented. So that is the update for Harlem Arts Alliance. Next is community updates, and I just want to say this really quickly. I think, what is your name?
My name is Alexander Pereira.
Hi,
You're new to the community.
Yes, welcome.
are you a board member?
No,
No, I'm not.
he's the person that was introduced by Deidre.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome.
Well,
Welcome.
Before we
And you had-
community updates, I have one more little item to add. You mentioned Curtis Archer. We're going to be on the local TV college, radio station to advertise the art hall and reception on Thursday. About 9.
Amazing. That is a community update, which is what I wanted to bring up, because when we were talking about the agenda the other day, I realized that I put this in place, the community updates on the agenda, and I put it on there because Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance always comes to the meeting. And they always have a really quick, you know, very concise, this happened, this is happening, this is happening, and this is happening. And it's not actually a presentation, it's an update on what's going on. That is why community updates is here. We got a little, we let it be a little easy at the beginning because we have a very short agenda this month. But talking about your whole project in introductions, that's not what introductions is for. Community updates is what it's for. So if you have something coming up, if you have, you know, whatever thing coming up, or if you have a little update that you would like to give to the community, 3 minutes or less, this is the place for that. If it's not a full, you know, presentation, you don't want to take 7 minutes or whatever, this is the place for that. That being said, thank you for that update. And you have an update. Please tell us your name again.
my name is. Hi there, how you doing?
Hi.
I'm from Harlem, uptown, 149th Street, raised in Metropolitan, of course. And then, I have some updates for the community. I'm having the festival, block party, basically in 147th Street between Amsterdam and Broadway. We're calling it, the garden that rolls out of concrete. We're having a few artists performing that day, bounce house and jump rope competition as well. And we're gonna be striving to use the community board as well in that neighborhood to have some vendors, local vendors, entrepreneurs that was from the area promoting their work. I'm also an artist and curator in New York City. Huh? I said July 27th is gonna be a Saturday. It's gonna be from 11 to 8 p.m. So definitely, I would love, just like how she said, whoever that said that, we all work best together. If you guys have any resources or any connections, I will be having media in the building and also looking to build a stage as well. And I have equipment as well, speakers and mics and all that good stuff that's gonna be enhancing the performances of the night. And then I'm also sponsored, I'm a curator, I'm sponsored by the Bronx Brewery. I work with the South Bronx in 135th Street. And then I also do the East Village as well. So I do open mics, showcases, art exhibitions, and fashion shows. I'm really tapped in with a lot of artists, community artists as well. I'm really tapped in with my community as well, the artists in my community. And I don't know if I'm spitting the 3 minutes, but
No, you're good. You're good.
I would love to, I wanted to come here, as DJ told me, to just tap in and kind of like see how I can involve more of the visual artists that I know of and try to put their artwork in different buildings in the neighborhood, in the community, because so many artists have so much great work. I'll just love to like just have it with their tags on it and then be able to switch it around with so many artists that we have in our neighborhood, in our community, which will expose the artists in our community and also allow them a certain type of in the artist development and enhancement and also sell their work as well and exposure. So yeah, that's me.
So it's 147th or 148? Because the email said
My
148.
apologies. So I said 148 between Amsterdam and Broadway. I'm confused. So basically July 27th is the date of the event of the block party.
Mhm.
The block party is in 148 between Amsterdam and Broadway.
148,
Mhm.
okay. Flyer.
Yes, I'll have a flyer for you guys by the end of this weekend.
Okay, okay.
I
And we,
saw on the phone, you put talent agency.
Yeah, so I run a talent agency since I work with so many artists.
Okay.
I decided to create my own talent agency. And I have over 100 artists from LA to New York.
With John was.
So I have jazz artists, R&B artists, poetry, visual artists as well, dancehall artists, Afrobeat artists. I'm actually doing an Afrobeat event this June 20th, or Juneteenth, in the backyard of the Bronx Brewery.
and you live in the neighborhood?
I live in 149th Street between Amsterdam and Broadway. Well, my mother lives there now. I live in 142nd. I'm more Harlem now. 142nd in Lenox.
Okay.
Uh,
But you
in the
still-
community for it.
But you still have special interest. This is your home, like West
Yeah,
Side
this is
your
my home. I was in that. I
So
was in
we
the
still
story.
claim you, we still claim you.
Yeah. But anything to kind of contribute back to my community. That's what I'm like.
Amazing. So I don't know if you were here, if you heard, but we actually have an ongoing artist exhibition project headed up by Tina Lumley.
Okay.
And that's what the art crawl is, but it's not necessarily meant to be just this time. It's meant to be an ongoing initiative to expose our artists, so.
Yeah, I'm so for it. I would just love to get more information and then also understand how it can be involved.
Absolutely. And the thing about us is we're always evolving. We're always looking at what can we do? How can we help? How can we put people together? How can we add to the community? So it's not even necessarily just what can you do? It's like, what do you want to do? We might be able to add something to whatever you're doing as well.
My collective is called Star Chasers. So Star Chasers is a positive, confident, secure movement striving to unite all young leaders in the force of bringing self-awareness amongst our community through self-expression like art, music, dance, poetry, so that one could be the best version of themselves. So we're just trying to basically mirror it and also to help artists shine and be the best version of themselves. Instead of, getting into certain type of abuses and stuff like that, where they're just, not shining or living their life.
Right. So this is, we record these.
Mhm.
And if anyone would like to contact you regarding your agency or anything, could you give your email address or your phone number or whatever?
Yes, so my email address is a.p a.talentagency@gmail.com.
P is in Paul.
Yeah, a.p.talentagency@gmail.com. My Instagram is @WeAreStarChasers. And it's just logo of a star. And I can give you my number as well. It's a private session. My number is
This is gonna be on YouTube. So you might not wanna give your phone
Okay,
number.
I can't give you guys my phone
Yeah.
number, but.
But,
you know,
but
if that can reach out to me, no problem.
DM or whatever. And, Ilana, you said you had an update?
Yes, but I wanna ask the question about, so are you gonna have like, all different types of performances at the festival, like with some of the
At the
artists?
Black Party, yes.
At the Black-
Yes, so I have a live band already, 2 live bands already, more catered to R&B. And then I have one catered to R&B, then the other band is catered to reggaeton. So I'm Dominican, so I do cater to both English and Spanish market. And then demographics, and then I'm looking to also just give some more something more I call it urban rap, and then also some dance hall as well in this lineup in this bill. We also have some rock stars that would like to pop out that are from the community as well, that would like to give them their light, all in communication, all in respect and all that good stuff. A lot of these artists, they do not demeanor, but they lower their egos to be a part of the community where it's not disrespectful to anybody. So it's, as long as we communicate with them and what we need from them, they're quick to adjust.
Were there any more questions? I'm sorry, I didn't. Were there any more questions?
Yes, did you ever reach out to any support from, Richie Torres?
I do not know what she's talking, so I'm very ignorant to the community board, and I'm a little bit ignorant on just certain people that are important in the community. Deidre is somebody that seen me rise up, so once she kind of talked to me, she already knew where I come from. I used to do events in the community boardroom, and until but then I eventually started doing events in different places and all that good stuff. I have a bunch amount of venues in my disposal, from Copacabana, Dali, Diversion Hotel, Bronx Brewery, South Bronx and downtown. And what I do is that since I have so many artists, I curate my own events, and I also bring in curators in my team to help me curate and get the vision of these events. And right now I have a few events in June. If anybody, you guys are all welcome to come to my events for free, be my guest, just to see what I do. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Should send that info to youth, right, so she could send.
Yes.
I can send that.
Also, you can send it to Walter and I, and we'll send it out to our distribution list.
Right.
And next time bring more cake.
I'll bring more things on. Yeah, I was supposed to clap for the birthday girl when she got here. That's the only way I got it, so. Yeah. And I was in a rush over here.
Well, see one piece there.
Atlanta, your update.
So I have a good friend of mine who's opening a coffee shop. It'll be open very soon. It's at, it's on St. Nicholas Avenue between 148th and 149th. It's at 761 St. Nicholas. It's called Hamilton Underground. And she wants to have like artists come, like she's open to have like art displayed and do like different events and things like that, like performances, things like that for the community. It's like, she's Latina too, and she's from here, so I just wanted to, she wanted to make it to the meeting, but she's too busy setting up, so she couldn't make it here, so I thought I'll give you a shout out at the meeting.
And when is it again?
I'm sorry?
When is it?
When is it? Well, it's a coffee shop, but
Oh, it's gonna be ongoing.
It's a coffee shop,
Got
it's gonna have like, light food.
What's her opening date?
I'm not sure yet, because she's still waiting for some of the equipment to come in, but soon.
I was
Soon.
fortunate.
I know you stopped by,
I
right?
was fortunate
Yes.
to meet her. She's
Yes.
absolutely lovely.
She's
and
amazing.
She was willing to participate in the art form,
Yeah.
but she just wasn't
She wasn't.
there at the
I know.
time.
Soon,
And
soon she'll be
she's
open.
directly next door to Chief John Carr Cafe.
Yeah, she's.
Zion.
Yeah.
What did they name it a name that we can do? TSION. Sion.
She's on Instagram, it's Hamilton Underground, that's the
Okay.
name of the coffee shop. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so moving on, were there any more community updates? Okay, so moving on, we have no presentations today. Old business, the artist exhibition project, we just have to officially approve the budget letter.
Okay, for the folks that are members of the Arts and Culture Committee, we have an invoice for, $500 for Zion Cafe for the 6 to 8, what do you call it, reception. 998 for reimbursement for the Eventbrite item to disseminate the information and be able to collect the information for the folks that will be attending, because we can't exceed 50. And, Chip Restaurant is only open until 5 o'clock. And they are going to remain open till 6 to be, so that we could stop by and do, Danny Esperanza's artwork. And, to compensate them for staying open and for enough time for them to clean up and everything is $45. So 50, 10, and 45, that's $560.
What they providing that is it T-shirt? I thought it was T-shirt.
Zion.
Isn't
there an apostrophe in there?
No, it isn't. You know,
It
it's
is.
Providing injera rolls, which are absolutely delicious.
Okay, what is the breakdown with
I'm
the,
telling you right now.
with the amount?
I'm getting ready to say that. That's right now. Injera rolls, lentil rolls, and split pea, there's 200 of those. Crispy green plantains, 100. Sparkling sorrel and iced tea, and they're going to be making something that's called a red fox, which will be our signature drinks, which will be sorrel and club soda and sweet malak. Malakwa, which is a dessert, 100 of those, and that is the breakdown.
100 of those?
Yes,
Okay, that, and what, how much was each one of those?
it is not a price per item. It wasn't itemized that way.
So that, I thought that was on the thing, that's
No, it
what I
was
was
not.
asking. So,
Itemized as bulk,
I'm sorry?
itemized as bulk.
It's how many that is being
So
provided.
they're giving
not
us-
itemized by the price per item.
And a
Okay.
DJ, right?
I'm sorry,
And there's a DJ.
and there's a DJ.
That's included.
That's included.
okay,
Oh,
so
it's not a DJ, it's a live band.
Oh, it's a band. Oh, that's it.
there's a live band?
There's a live.
You play too much. Are you singing?
Nope. Okay, so you'll approve?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a motion?
It's a motion.
Second.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Moved by Walter, seconded by. And wait. So now it's 560?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know you said this. The chip cup is staying open, whatever,
45 for them to stay open.
Right.
An extra hour and whatever.
and the other one is for
the
Eventbrite. Okay,
If you guys, don't wanna use Eventbrite, there's other sources.
We didn't know. but
we can't wait, we can't wait for you to explain to all of that. Where have you been all
There's definitely different free sources that I had to get out of because Eventbrite is now charging everybody.
Yeah.
So there's things called like Posh. There's
Okay.
Posh is a good site that I use. So you could take all your database from Eventbrite if you like.
We paid
save
for it
it.
already, it's too late, but
It's
thank
okay.
you, but
It's okay.
that's good to know.
But
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah, moving forward,
that's good to know.
Posh also does something that Eventbrite doesn't. They actually get in contact, they'll send email blasts to any attendees, through text messages. And then you can also update your Posh, and then you can also give them a call as well.
And you do this for free?
And Posh is for free. So, you know, when you update your Posh, then they give you little other services, but right now, I'm not paying for Posh. And they don't take nothing really out of my events.
Wow.
Yeah,
And they'll pay, and then it just comes down, it breaks down, so depending on how much you made. It breaks down throughout the week, it'll literally show you like, okay, if you made, let's say 1,200, it'll tell you, okay, right now, you have 500, and it keeps on, because the money's pending. And then by the next week, by the full, like, let's say if I do it from, right now from Wednesday, by next Wednesday, I already have the money completed and pending, and then I'll cash out.
Okay, and we can't make money, so we just need them to keep the,
Well, if it's just for the RSVPs.
Yeah.
Then for sure, you can even, your attendees, you can even email blast them, and it's for free.
I
So,
love
yeah.
it.
yeah,
I love it, thank you.
yeah,
Posh,
thank you.
no problem.
Thank you.
Were there any questions, comments, regarding the art crawl? Okay. Moving on to the Max Road Street co-naming letter of support.
Yep, that's the one.
We had, at our last meeting, we had Dr. Maya Cunningham and her, I believe her colleague's name was Giselle. Giselle. They came to us, because for Max Roach's 100th birthday, they wanted to do a street co-naming on, I think it was 107th Street. Unfortunately, 107th Street is not in our district. Our district starts at 110. So we did support that initiative, and I put them in touch with Youth, who put them in touch with CB7, that's the area. We've been kind of playing a little phone and email tag. I'm waiting on the draft from them for the letter of support. Also, though, they said that the CB7 street co-naming process is cumbersome to I guess put it in, short terms. And they are now, I don't know if they've completely put that away, but they are now also looking at a place on 118th, I believe, in St. Nicholas, which is a place where Max Roach also had an impact, also, did some things. So right now it's kind of up in the air where it's going to be. They are still sort of on the road for it, and we are still waiting for the draft of the letter of support. So we're not going to be able to vote on it today. There is a possibility, since this is our last meeting before the summer hiatus, that it may get done, and it may come around for the committee members for us to do a vote, like via email. Moving on to new business, and that is the Harlem Arts Festival. That also came from our last meeting when we had West Harlem Arts Alliance was here, Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance was here, Dr. Cunningham was here, talking about her initiative. And basically, it's June now, it's our last meeting, but up through March, we are overrun with WHDC grantees. And there are a lot of organizations in our community that receive money. Actually, I believe arts and culture, besides housing, I believe arts and culture is the #1 grantee. So they give out more money for arts and culture than anything other than housing. Which means that, that it is a priority in this community. Thank goodness we are blessed to have it. And what we keep finding though is that a lot of the organizations are doing a lot of the same thing, not exactly the same thing, but similar things. And a lot of the organizations are also having some of the same struggles. And I had the big idea. I was like, oh, why don't we all do something together? Well, everybody seemed to like that idea. It's really a no-brainer though. It's, you know, we keep saying that we're better together. So let's put our money where our mouth is, I guess. So we've gotten the conversation started. I actually had a meeting today with Boza Rivers of Harlem Arts Alliance and to get him involved in the conversation. And he is very interested in being in the conversation. This is again, something that we're going to hash out over, over our hiatus time. It's something we'll be working on. We will keep keep the committee up to date on what's going on. I don't know exactly how it's gonna look, but we will be inviting people. We will again start having conversations, especially with these big organizations, with Harlem Arts Alliance, West Harlem Arts Alliance, Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance. You know, with just those three sort of umbrella organizations, they cover a lot of people. And Community Board 9, you know, we cover a lot of people. We're also going to get WHDC involved. We're going to get Curtis Archer involved in the conversation, because whatever we do, there's going to need to be funding. So we want, at the very least, and not even just going to them for the funding part of it, but going to them for the advice that they can bring, because, you know, a lot of times we do look at these entities because they have the money, but they also, these resources come with a wealth of information that artists need and organizations need, and the community needs as well. So I just wanted to have that conversation and keep it going before we break for the summertime, and stay tuned.
Okay, and I'd like to add one last item, and that under new business, we are the Arts and Culture Committee. We have subcommittees for art dissemination, visual artist exhibition, strategic planning, which really hasn't done anything this year through no fault of anyone here. And Daria is our representative with the West Harlem Arts Alliance. West Harlem.
Well, we're both for West Harlem, but I'm Harlem Arts Alliance.
And Harlem's Arts Alliance.
Mhm.
What I want to determine is we're a community, we're a community with lots of expertise, with lots of exposure in the art world.
You and I see your hand.
Go ahead, Ewan. Ewan, you have your hand up.
I don't have to.
Yeah, hi, I'm kind of half listening here. I'm just kind of getting back into the groove of things here after being away for about 3 months. But you can finish, Tina. I mean, I just had a comment, yeah.
Okay, and what I think we need to do is decide what other, if we want more, and I think we do, subcommittees, and what those subcommittees could be working on. And we can come back and indicate what we've done on a monthly basis. So if there's anything else that any other, like we want to find a subcommittee to concentrate on dance, or we want, I know we have this, the art world, if somebody wants to take over and do one for September through June of 2024-25 season, what would you guys be interested in that you would want to pursue as a subcommittee on your own? So if anyone has any ideas, please speak up.
I have one that I would really like to see, but I don't want to, I can't make anybody do it. but I would really like to see, we get a lot of people who come to the committee about youth, arts things. And you know, that is a big thing all the time. And for me, as a full-time professional artist, I always am quick to be like, well, what about the adults? You know, the adult arts and the adult, you know, what about that? However, I think that we are, you know, I would be remiss if we did not,
Okay.
address.
Is one, anyone else with anything else?
And it's so crazy because I wrote that down when you asked that
Right,
question.
please speak
And-
up, speak up.
And, you know, just ruminating
Right.
and as if you're in my head with the extra space.
Okay, is there
Same
anything
with
else?
me, I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Well, evidently there must be a real need.
Yeah, especially around getting information out, because like at NYU, we have a future filmmakers program that I want to bring to you guys in September. And they get to go to NYU for the spring semester. They get to use all of our equipment and they have us as professors teaching them. And it's for disadvantaged communities.
Right.
Well, would you like to head up the subcommittee for?
I would like to assist someone.
Well, would you like to?
Yolanda, would you be interested? Interested, I mean, heading it, I'll work with somebody, but.
Well, as a subcommittee, that's, yeah,
Definitely.
I'll work with
Okay.
yeah.
Walter and I are on the Arts Dissemination Committee. We don't, no one, there's no head or we work together. It's a
Right.
collaborative effort.
Right.
And you two,
Yes.
welcome Sojourner. Alana, get together, change numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can work with the youth education.
That's,
Are you on that?
No.
No, but I know, yeah, but I.
That sounds great. Right.
And this is, you know, it is a very, like, Tina was saying about how there's no head. I just said you headed up because you were the only one talking at the time. But it is very like, get with youth education and life, just do all the things. We're all on here. We competed for these roles
Right.
because everybody is intelligent and resourceful and all of that. So we just trust you to just go out there and do it and bring it back.
And Sojourner, it'll be wonderful working with Alana because Alana's an experienced community board member, so that's very good. Okay, wonderful. Is there, that's great. Anything else?
Is there like a section for like art therapy?
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, art therapy. Is that something you would be interested in, Carson?
You know what, I would, along with art therapy, like in the same sort of thing, what I thought of, for some reason I looked at you, John.
Okay.
And because of that, I'm really interested in that initiative, which you never talk about when you do your little elevator pitch, which is how you, that project that you do where you get people to tell their stories so they can write their own books.
I mentioned that when I was introduced.
Well,
A little bit.
yeah, but that, to me, that's sort of that could be considered art therapy as well. You know what I mean? Telling your story to make it into.
Juan, would that be
art.
something you'd be interested in?
My schedule this fall is gonna be very interesting, so I would have to check it. But let me get back to you.
Okay.
I'm interested because I feel like it's so important. You know, art is all vibration and you have positive vibrations and, you know, energy. It's definitely, it's therapy. I mean, it's, you
Absolutely.
know, so I'm, especially with youth that are going through a lot right now. So it's a crossover type.
Right,
thing. So
and it's not,
Okay.
it can be, and not everything has to be a separate work.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you, I'm a public
Carlton,
member,
would you be
right?
interested?
I can do it. I'm a public
Yeah,
member.
me too.
Are you a public? If you're not, you should be a public member. You can absolutely You
art
can absolutely
therapy,
participate.
art
I think
that
it's
work
good on
like
the
a
board.
problem.
You can absolutely participate.
Um,
The only thing you can't do, and we
Whenever
can
you
get
serve
you,
before you use art,
paperwork and you can be an
or
official
whatever
public member.
tension,
The
whatever
only
you're
thing
at.
you can't do is
Like some
vote,
people are not used to like,
but you can be a public
Talking
member
about the
and do
problem.
everything else with us.
so they can
Okay.
Yeah,
sing
and
about
you
it.
don't even have to be a
write
member
about
to
it,
be.
or
They
they
can paint,
Write about it.
they can do what you call it, poetry.
So you wanna,
Would
I
you be
think
interested in doing that?
Signed up. I mean, Madison gave me.
Okay,
something.
Alana,
I thought I signed
you
up.
did sign?
So.
Okay, then we'll check, cause you may be a public member already.
Yeah, I think
But-
so. Not sure.
and Carlton will be art therapy.
And we're gonna check, cause, John McGregor may be a public member. He said he filled out something. He doesn't know what it was, but he does want to participate.
If you, would you be more interested in youth arts or art therapy?
You thought.
Okay.
And would you?
I think I'm like him, I'm a public guy, but
But you
I'm,
have to commit.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, you
already
gotta
committed,
commit.
honestly.
You gotta be every month, and you gotta meet,
Oh,
yeah.
I do this already on the regular, so it's not a problem.
We would love to have you.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful, but could you join as a public member? You can go onto the website and it'll give you the details.
Okay, yeah.
Or we can go
Oh,
next
and we-
door and get you the
And
details.
we meet like virtually, you know, that good stuff.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
that's
meet,
no
you can be
problem with me,
online.
yeah. I have no problem.
Yeah, we meet once a month.
What is your name?
Alexander.
Where you get the.
That's the good thing. You don't have to be here physically. Right,
Right,
if you're a public member, you know, we
Right.
have to be here to vote, but
You
you guys can do it if you need to.
you can be on Zoom.
You don't have to come, but you wouldn't be here and get all the good vibes.
That's all, I'm here. I can send it from wherever I'm at.
Does anyone have anything else for any other suggestions? If not, we're gonna go to Ewan. Hi, Ewan.
Hi, all good ideas and lot of energy on the committee leadership's part, but you know me, Daria, right? I'm very direct, right?
And we love you for it, Ewan.
Oh.
We love you for it. You don't play
I can't
around.
keep my mouth shut. So,
Alright.
so here is my, it's a real trigger for me and you know, every time I join a committee meeting, you know, I think to myself, what is going on here? All right, so you just talked about collaborative, collaborations and working together, and you know, we are better, you know, as a collective voice. We all understand that, but you know, you're saying that on one hand, but on the other hand, that's not the practice of what you guys are doing, or even groups in you know in Harlem. I'm not even going to focus on West Harlem. You know, I'm going to say Harlem as a whole, and it might be the same in all other neighborhoods. I mean, it might just be human nature when someone wants to do something and they want to take ownership of it, and they want the visibility and the accolades for themselves. And then, you know, there's nothing wrong with that to a point. So as an example, you talk about you just spent about a couple of minutes trying to get someone to do the 2005, you know, art crawl, whatever. Now, if you really believed in collaborative, don't you? And again, you just talk about art therapy, you know. I went online and I typed a question: what is the role of the community board? Because I'm wondering, is it programming, or is it, you know, needs assessment and helping support of helping support and advocating for issues within the community? And that's, you know, that was the answer that was given to me. So what I'm saying is, I think, and it's been happening for the last 4 years or so, when I think, you know, all the ideas thrown out were pretty good. But I mean, one of the first things to do is to ask the question, who is doing what? And how can we support and combine and bring groups together doing the same thing? But it seems to me over the last few years that each committee at the, well, not every committee, but this committee and Economic Development Committee and yeah, those are the two that seem to think that that nothing is valued unless it's initiated and pushed and originate in at the community board, which is wrong. I mean, that's my my perception. Having, you know, listened and joined so many community board meetings. And the other thing is, you know, there is even if you're doing something in West Harlem, there is just so much, you know, so much reliance on what NOMA is doing. I mean, the West Harlem Arts Alliance doesn't have a identity of its own if it's not coupled with NOMA, which I think, you know, they should try to build their brand and strengthen their brand, the West Harlem Arts Alliance. Everything, if you go to an event, it's 60% NOMA members, you know? So I just think when there's an idea, even if it's the art therapy, which is a good idea, but what other groups in West Harlem may be doing art therapy programming? That's the first question to ask. And what is it are they working on? And how can they all work together to strengthen or come up with a collective idea? All right. So as I said, this is a real trigger point for me. So we're doing the art in windows and working with the businesses. So Tina, I just saw the 4 art pieces that were no longer available to us in Cafe One, and I looked at it and I said to oh God, I'm drawing a blank here. Susan, where did this come from? We were allocating space for those pages, and she said, "Oh, the community board came in and asked us if we could put it there." You know, so.
But you and I had no idea you were going to use that space, no idea whatsoever. It wasn't a competition. I had no idea.
No. I don't. We're having a conversation here. You know, that's what we're having. I'm not arguing. Not. I'm just
I'm not
trying.
arguing either.
I'm just trying to.
Never
I'm just trying to figure out how can we work better. All right. When I say we, I don't mean Harlem One stuff. I mean just the creative community work better to get the greatest impact. That's all I'm saying. So all right. So you're looking forward to next year, and you're trying to get someone to lead that. But the thing is that we're doing it, and maybe there is someone else doing something similar. So why don't we all work together? You know, it's not about us, it's about raising up the community and the creative sector as a whole.
You and I, let me,
That's all I'm saying.
let me address something that you're saying. Thank you for your thoughts. You said that we are here to support and advocate. And that is what we do. So when we're aware of something and when something comes into our cipher, that is what we do. We don't, you know, it is, it really is not our
intention.
Yeah, it is not our intention to overlook anyone. However, we're at the board and we're here. So when people bring things in, or if we come across things because they're our neighbors, or we're involved in some way or something like that, that is why we try to get people to come to the meetings. That is why this meeting is being recorded right now, so they can go on to Zoom. There's a responsibility of the community board to do these things, and we do, but it is not all on us. There, think people, entities, opportunities also have to bring themselves in if they want to be a part of whatever this is. If we find it, if we see it, if we know about it, we're happy to, we constantly are saying we're better together. That is what we're doing. We've been talking this entire season about even crossing over community lines, because one of the things, it is human nature, but it is also, there are lines for community board. We are 110 to 155th. That is our district. We are from the river to St. Nicholas Avenue for the most part. That is our district. And we have actually made it our business this season in particular, with sort of the initiative started by Harlem Arts Alliance, VOSA Rivers, talking about we're better together and how we can cross collaborate with other community boards, because the community doesn't end when you cross St. Nicholas Avenue. We're all together. We are doing the best that we can in terms of doing that. We are happy that you have the same intention, but a lot of times you're in the meeting. So if there's anything that you want to bring, we're happy to hear about it. We're not, it's not exclusionary. It's not, nothing happens.
Sometimes I feel that it is, and if it's not a Harlem Arts Alliance and VOSA. Listen, VOSA is just coming back. VOSA has done a tremendous work in support of the arts for years. But the point is, he was absent for a very long time, and the organization fell apart, and now he's trying to redo it, which is good.
May I ask something of you? May I ask something of you?
Sure.
The reason that we have these subcommittees to these organizations is so that we can go and gather as much information as possible to bring back to the community. Would you do a Harlem One Stop update for us at our meetings? We would be happy to have that. We would be happy to have you do that.
I will share, but
because I can put you on the agenda every month.
Whenever I have something new, I will bring it. I usually bring it to, there's not always time, and I understand that. But I've been more than happy to, especially now, because the reason I came on tonight was just to see what I've been missing over the last 3 months that I've been sort of out of commission, but also the one thing that I was working on, although I had not been in the office and I was working from home on a limited basis, was this arts and cultural district. We've been working on that since 2016. And every year, we're there advocating for it. And finally, and I sent out a campaign letter to you guys, asking for it to be sent out to the arts and culture contact list, and asking for people to sign on to it. I don't think that was done, but no, it's neither here nor there, because finally, after so many years, from 2016, the bill was actually passed this year, full the full House voted on that bill. And, hmm?
Good work.
Yeah, it will.
We have a question, Ewan.
Yeah.
Can you take a
That's more
question?
of a comment.
Yeah.
Since Tina and I are on the distribution list of information. Every time I see something following my stuff, I make sure it goes out. That's one. And
Mhm.
number two, on the end of collaborating and breaking down barriers and borderline stuff. Committee that we're starting this at, I'd like to join the subcommittee to collaborate the artists, the regions and the group, the agencies together. So that's what I'd like to work. I like bringing folks together.
Well, right, I mentioned to, Daria that I was interested as well. And you, and just an FYI, we've been talking about the visual art exhibition project all year long. This is nothing new. And I've mentioned a lot that I was looking for space and artists many, many, many times. So so there was no, and so I don't know how this could be new. So that's
Yeah.
that-
Well, I don't know. I mean, you did reach out to me by email, and that was sort of, the first time that I recall
Well, I
that.
think you even attended meetings because you mentioned the article that was needed to be passed during that meeting as well.
Oh,
And every
okay,
meeting was
okay,
on the
maybe,
agenda,
yeah,
every meeting.
Yeah. I
okay.
think,
All right.
perhaps you and we can talk about this. I would love if you would accept, I can put you on as a standing update on our agenda starting in September, and we would be happy to hear about whatever you got going on. Because apparently we're missing something that you know about, so bring it to us. And I don't wanna hold everybody for too much longer, but I certainly hear your point. And
Do you want to be on the agenda?
I don't know that I can be, sure, but I don't know that I'll be able to attend every month. But certainly,
You want to just contact us when you want to be added?
yeah, I could do that.
That's fine.
okay, then we'll do that, and we will talk. Do you have my number?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
then call.
I
call
try
me
to
up,
be
email
there
me.
every meeting because it's a core part of what we do, but with this bill and it's the opportunity for, let me just say this. West Harlem, I live here. I've lived here for 30 years. My work is in West Harlem. My passion is about West Harlem, and that's where my focus is. So,
And as is ours.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we will, please, I really, please reach out to me. I'm not sure if I have your number, but reach out to me in the next couple days, tomorrow, if you can.
And you would,
And
if you want
let's-
to discuss it further, you can contact me as well.
Yeah, we would, I would love to discuss it. yeah.
okay, thank you. So going back to the art therapy thing, I think we should look around to see who is doing art therapy programs.
Okay, got it. And
Bring
we'll,
those people together and see what is some programming idea that could come out of there,
and we're happy to have you as part of that subcommittee if you want to be as well. So, we will talk about all of that tomorrow, whatever you want to do. We're happy, listen, we are happy to have you. We are happy to have your participation.
Well, this is where my heart is, so.
Well, thank you very much.
Is there
Thank you.
any other comments? If not, does
Questions,
anybody
comments?
want to suggest we adjourn?
So move.
Second.
It has been moved and
Everybody have a
seconded.
wonderful summer.
Please note, this is our last meeting
21st at the
until
Art
September.
Hall.
No meeting, July.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a good
Bye.
summer.
You too.
I don't think so.
I still didn't know.